Hello and welcome to the CNB Jury Meet Special. I am Gul Panag and I'm a member of the jury, and I'm absolutely delighted to be at the Buddh International Circuit, where we are going to be driving these fantastic cars, in fact 4 dozen of them, all through the day today in what will be an action-packed day.
Welcome to the car jury meet for the 2021 CNB Awards. Despite its challenges, 2020 was witness to new and exciting car launches in most of the segments in India. And what better place to test all the newly launched cars from last year than at the Buddh International Circuit, a secure and controlled environment that gives us the chance to safely test all the nominees. But before that, let's introduce you to our jurors for 2021. Dr. V. Sumantran, industry statesman and consultant with several years of experience. He has been on our jury since the very first year. Brand new to the jury this year is ace rallyist Gaurav Gill, the first individual from motorsport to win the prestigious Arjuna Award. Regular to the jury is racer and mentor Rayaman Banerjee. You've already met Gul Panag. The actor's love for anything on wheels is well known. Joining the jury this year is Car and Bike's associate editor Ameya Nayak. And as always, we have Car and Bike's editor-in-chief Siddharth Vinayak Patankar.
So as per our tradition here at CNB, we have all the nominees lined up. They are nominated in different categories, remember, and so which is why you have them lined up by segment as well. That's something that you're used to seeing from us here at the pit lane. But what is new? The new protocol. The masks are very much in place, and all the cars have been fogged and sanitized, and they are also being wiped down. And that's going to keep happening every time the jurors jump in and out of different vehicles, just to make sure that we keep safety at the heart of what we are doing today.
The range of vehicles spread across many segments. So at the entry end, we have the premium hatchbacks, the new Gen Hyundai i20 and the Tata Altros. These cars are stylish, practical, get a bunch of engine and trim options, and are loaded with features as well. Each brings very distinct advantages and USPs to the field of competition. The sedans may have had few launches, but they helped shore up volumes. The question remains on whether the Hyundai Aura has done enough to beat the likes of the Honda Amaze and Maruti Suzuki Dzire. But the all-new generation Honda City certainly got a lot of attention back to its segment over the past year.
What with this generation of City Honda has done is to up the game significantly. I think the underlying engineering in the Honda products was never much of a question. They were always very well engineered products. But this one has that little bit of extra finish, the soft touch, it looks very nice. They have paid attention to the rear passenger compartment, where many of the people, owners of cities, would be traveling, because very often they have a driver. The rear compartment is very nicely fitted. And of course, the driving dynamics with the petrol, you get the VTEC. It's a very well-known powertrain, loves to rev beyond 5,000 RPM. And even the diesel is a very, very usable diesel.
The subcompact SUV segment is probably the hottest, most action-packed segment right now. This year, there were 3 new launches in the segment: the Kia Sonet, Toyota Urban Cruiser, and the Nissan Magnite. The Sonnet set the overall bar really high, while the Magnite has proven to be good value for money. And the urban cruiser hopes to emulate the success of the Vitara Brezza, the car that it is based on.
The Kia is obviously, I think, it shows that it's been quite successful through the last season, the year. It's got a lot of nice bits in the car. It's got stuff that people and the consumer want, and is trying to probably look at parts and bits of these new tech inside the car, which nobody has seen, especially in this segment, like the sound system, the lighting, and flat bottom steering. There's so many things, like the seats. It's got enough amount of space at the back too, which is a very important thing, I think.
SUVs do dominate this year, and that's no surprise. And they vary from the subcompact ones that you saw to the slightly larger compact from Hyundai that is the segment's bestseller. The Creta is a strong contender indeed. The mid-size SUV segment has a tough three-way competition with the MG Hector Plus, Skoda Karoq and the VW T-Roc nominated. Fierce competition indeed. And yes, all very different cars in their own right, yet gunning for the same consumer. A new category this year was born out of SUVs of varying sizes and prices that boast tremendous 4x4 prowess. 3 off-roader SUVs, and all 3 for very differing consumer sets. The new Gen Mahindra Thar is already proving to be a successful model as it builds on the legacy of the previous gen and offers more refinement and daily usability. The Land Rover Defender has bona fide rugged off-road genes, and it is for the well-heeled. The MG Gloucester is also plush, targets a large segment, and yet it's eager to go off-road.
Yes, the track is probably not the best place to test an SUV, but especially in the mid segment, I would say very impressed with some of the SUVs, the way they handle on the track. That just shows they have fantastic on-road presence. I'm really looking forward to driving the Defender off-road. I rode on the track, quite nice, but it's meant for off-roading. I hope to do that in a bit.
And that's exactly what we did do. The BIC also offers some areas for off-road testing, and the 3 cars were driven hard by our jurors. Many more SUVs, but let's take a break from them, eh? 2 MPVs this year, the premium Kia Carnival and the opulent Toyota Velfire. Yes, they are very different, especially on price, but they still battle for MPV of the year. Both are proper luxury people movers with oodles of space and creature comforts. Both MPVs are perfect for long family road trips or to relax in after a long day of work. The number 2 proved to be significant for Audi and BMW this year as the company launched the Q2 and the 2 Series respectively, both entry models for the 2 German companies. The Q2 is positioned as an entry SUV while the 2 Series is pegged as a sporty sedan. So in this battle of sedan versus SUV, which one shall prevail in the entry premium car of the year category? This is a category that is exclusive to Car and Bike, and in the past, cars like the X1 or GLA have gone on to become finalists for Car of the Year. The Audi A3 even won it in 2015. From entry premium to full-on premium, the past year saw the launch of a number of vehicles in the premium and luxury spaces. In the luxury car of the year category, the nominees were the Audi A8L, Audi RS7 and the BMW 8 Series Gran Coupe. A perfect blend of performance and comfort and, well, pampering. The future of mobility is electric, and so we instituted the EV of the Year category. 2020 saw the launch of not one but 3 electric SUVs in India, and each from a different segment. The Tata Nexon EV, the MG ZS EV and the Mercedes-Benz EQC battled it out in this electrifying contest for the EV of the Year, or shall we say electric SUV of the Year.
Of course, there is a certain simplicity resulting from just 2 pedals. You just get in and drive. NVH levels are phenomenally better because you've got no engine noise, you've got very little vibration. Of course, I think particularly for city users, they make a lot of sense. I know sometimes people are worried about range, but frankly, very often this is more a concern related to statistics and numbers that you see in tables. By and large, most people who use them in cities seldom have a problem.
I wish we'd seen more electric cars, to be honest. I mean, I was expecting a lot more electric cars this year, but I suppose the pandemic had something to do with it. But our Nexon has truly been a market changer. With the price point it addresses, with the kind of market reaction it's had in terms of sales. The EQC, of course, remains an ultra-premium product, and it's a great refined product. It competes apples to apples with cars in that segment in the IC range.
Well, Gul, the good news is that we will only see more and more of them in the days ahead, so at next year's jury meet, there should be even more nominees. SUVs are never going to go out of fashion in India, be it in any segment. That is why the Premium SUV of the Year category gets maximum nominations. You have the Audi Q8, BMW X6, and the Porsche Cayenne Coupe, along with the troika of Mercedes-Benz SUVs, which are the GLS, GLE, and the electric EQC. And the Land Rover Defender too, of course. A wonderful lineup to pick the brains of our jurors. The Aston Martin DBX, a nominee for luxury SUV next. The car you see is the first one seen in India, might we add, and it came to the jury meet. Siddharth in particular spent a lot of time in it, as it is also a crucial nominee for World Luxury Car at the World Car Awards 2021. So the SUV is the king of the hill in the Indian automotive market. And now we present to you the nominee in the Performance SUV of the Year category. Each of these SUVs offers bonkers performance, and the driving experience is exhilarating. And on the track, they really come alive. BMW has the X3M and the X5M, while Audi and Mercedes-Benz have one each in the RS Q8 and the AMG GLE 53 Coupe. A mouth-watering selection of SUVs indeed.
I am an SUV fan, and I think the X5M, the X3M are absolutely phenomenal. I've had so much fun all day today to be driving these cars, absolutely on the limit, and technology has been on to the next level, especially with the suspension and the handling of these. It's like spacecraft technology. It's so good. It handles like a dream. It runs like a car, corners like a sports car. So why would you want a sports car when you can have all that in a SUV at the same time, run like a sports car? So I've had lots of fun in these big SUVs today.
We promise you they also had fun in the actual sports car too. The battle for the title of the Performance Car of the Year was contested between the Audi RS7, the Mercedes AMG GT 4-door Coupe, and the BMW M8. 3 performance-oriented cars built specifically to go fast and be somewhat practical at the same time. A closely fought battle, as each of these monsters has a very distinct character of their own, and yes, they're all bloody good looking. And while Gaurav and Siddharth seemed to favour the AMG, for Sumantran and Rayo it was the M8.
Oh, without a doubt, the M8 was the one that stood out. Of course, the AMG GT was also a lot of fun to drive. Unfortunately, I just got one lap in that. But the M8, boy, that was enjoyable.
And ending it with a rather big bang, we have the nominees for the Sports Car of the Year, which include the Ferrari Troika of the SF90 Stradale, Roma, and the F8 Tributo. Then you also have the Lamborghini Huracan Evo RWD and the Porsche 911 Turbo S.
Really wicked drive, radically wild and dynamic. It could be all of that and more, but that is not what RWD stands for in this case. The Huracan RWD is here as a nominee this year, and yes, it's cars like this that get all the attention, but remember, there are many segments and categories we're going through. The color on this one certainly helping with that attention thing I was just talking about. Now, it represents not just the very top of the performance game, but also engineering. So it's great to have it here at the awards.
This year we had 48 cars spread over nearly 20 categories, and so if you think it is easy picking a winner in each category, or indeed the big one, Car of the Year, you are wrong. Jurors must drive all cars and take note of the performance, styling and the practicality that each of them offer. But the jurors were more than happy to pick each other's brains and determine the winner for each category.
Other than the fact that they've got this main element below the brake line. But this doesn't look like a long road.
And all that conversation only led to even more lively debate when the jury reconvened at the JW Marriott Hotel in Delhi's Aerocity to deliberate, discuss and then vote for their favourites. The voting happens across 8 parameters, by the way: safety, value for money, environment, significance to segment, emotional appeal, occupant environment, technology, and very crucial, the car's performance and its driving dynamics. The jury keeps all this in mind when they're testing the cars, so now you know for sure this is not all fun and games.
It's been an amazing day here at the BIC driving these fantastic cars at the CNB jury meet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to tune in next week for the bike special. Until then, drive safe and don't forget to wear your seatbelt.